Well, welcome again. And I'm the one who's been sending all emails to you, first of all, and I hope I didn't bother you a lot. So we'll be working together for the rest of the weeks. And I really would like to thank you, all of you, for being here from around the world and also from Canada. So I'd like to thank you also, Blair, Dr. Blair Feldmate. And it's very surprising for me. Actually, it's not surprising to see the similar results in Europe, in Turkey as well. And I've been sharing the same slides. It's so devastating, like for all of us, and we have been having the same problems. So we need to act together. And now we would like to go through the charrette that we would like to focus more on how we can change the things, right? So the theme of this charrette is about sharing, caring, and living. So what do we understand from that? Actually, we'd like to share what we produce in terms of food, and we would like to care our health and well-being, first of all, and we'd like to live together in a more sustainable and an efficient way. And by saying these three words, we're not actually talking about only ourselves, which are the human beings, but we would like to share, care, and live for all living things. So that's why this time we would like to focus more on all living things, including us, but also with the whole ecosystem. So how the communities of the future can be shaped with considering the climate change, with social changes, as well as the technological changes. So this is the idea of this charrette, and we'd like to come out with new early prototype of some of the products and some of the services, and as well as some of the places that where we would like to design. And these are the projects that probably you must have gone through the Charrette handbook. I'd like to ask if you had a problem with that in accessing, please let me know by tonight so I can share it with you. And we will have 11 projects, and 3 of them are actually related with how we can produce and share the food with the community in an innovative, in a smart and sustainable perspective. So the first 3 themes are focusing on the food production in one of the very well-known neighborhood of Toronto, which is St. Lawrence neighborhood area. I'm sure most of you have been in that neighborhood before for our local students, but also I urge our new students who have just arrived here to go and see the neighborhood, which is a lovely and very interesting neighborhood actually. And this is the place where we would like to produce our sustainable and modular urban farming kits as a prototype that will be used within the residential units. And we also need to connect community with the places where we produce food, and also the data that we would like to share with lots of stakeholders. So we need to consider a new way of stakeholder engagement plan, and we need to, of course, design a business plan in order to make these products, services, and places to sustain and to live. So with the digital platform, our objective is to connect everything in an effective way. And the third project will be more on focusing on the vertical and horizontal growing structures, where we believe you will be able to provide innovative design ideas within open and closed urban spaces, such as the roof of a building or within an urban park. And the other 2 projects that we would like to work together is about how we can define a new way of understanding the wellness, and how we can design innovative solutions that brings up the community, especially the young generation, just like yourselves. And here we would like to test our products for the GBC community and the GBC students. So we would like to come up with the design of a modular and expanding sustainable well-being structure that can be applied maybe all over the world even. As Blair mentioned in his presentation, we will have lots of different types of environmental risks. So we need to be prepared accordingly, and why not to come up with a innovative structure that can be designed for all communities around the world. And of course, we need to connect people and the places again. So an innovative, smart enabled digital platform that we were looking for you to design, which is the 5th project. And the rest of the projects, as you can see, project 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, are all related with different types of housing design. So as you all know, we are having difficult times, globally speaking, not only in Canada. I'm sure as a student, you are experiencing a lot of problems with housing, and the rental prices are increasing for young families. They cannot buy homes, and this is the same everywhere around the world. That's why we would like to provide our teams different problems in housing where you can actually practice with different categories of design. And of course, we need to consider the sustainability solutions as well as the technological innovative perspective. So for the project 6, we're gonna design a small but still a sustainable and smart cabin. So what if a couple who are just started their early careers and they would like to buy a small parcel of land that will be close to the city, but they would like to still work as flexible workers. So this is a good practice. We believe that you can work in terms of this kind of a small but yet a sustainable living space for these flexible workers. And then we will have the 2 connected projects where we will have design solutions for a community center that has been used before for different purposes in a heritage town called Wooler. And you will be able to read a lot about that town in your Charrette handbook and as well as in your resource folders. And there is a park that you would like to also attach to the community center where you will be able to see different types of natural resources that we would like to keep and restore, as also our keynote speaker mentioned. So we would like to find innovative solutions, how we can integrate the building as well as with the surrounding, the natural infrastructure together so that it's a combined ecosystem approach that will serve for this kind of a small community, but yet for different ideas. And the rest of the projects, which are projects 9, 10, and 11, these are the ones we believe will be very interesting for you to work on. And they're actually about finding some different types of housing solutions in downtown of a city, especially like a metropole city in Toronto. So as you may all know, there are very small parcels called laneways, parcels in downtown Toronto where spare parcels can be used for different purposes. So why not to have some different types of housing solutions that can be used actually for maybe a midterm or long-term rental agreement models with a different type of a real estate development model, yet an innovative and sustainable model to be integrated so that mutual benefits can be raised. So both homeowners who have been having some problems with the mortgage payments, or people who are having spare, spaces that can be also used for people who are still underrepresented groups and vulnerable groups who cannot afford to buy a house. So this kind of a mutual benefit can raise with this kind of a project. And the second and the third ones are mostly about the designing a house still a housing unit for still underrepresented and vulnerable groups, but in order to make an effective way to find a short and mid-range of housing ownership model or rental models within different types of densities. So starting from very low to mid type of density levels, you will be able to provide different kinds of solutions, not in terms of only architectural base of solutions, design base, but integrated design of services and smart and technology-wise integrated perspectives. So these are the projects that your team will be actually working together, so we can maybe go check the project partners. And we really would like to thank all our project partners as well as our advisors from, of course, George Brown College, Polytechnic Milano from Italy, and from Copenhagen School of Design and Technology. We have Institute of Art, Design and Technology, and we have Toronto Metropolitan University and University of Waterloo. So we all thank you. Lots of advisors, experts, industrial partners from City of Toronto, experts of housing. So welcome all, and we really appreciate your effort during the Charrette. And we can skip these, and you will be able to see within, I know that our time is limited and you would like to go and eat and enjoy the city before you start hard working, and I really urge you to go to the handbook in detail. Tomorrow you will be able to meet with your team leaders. Mostly they're from George Brown College, BSI faculty members or the experts, and sometimes the clients actually who already have these projects with you. And they will be assisting you early in the morning as well as afternoon when our advisors will leave. So you will be working together with different types of actually stakeholders during the whole Charrette. And we can just skip and go to the itinerary maybe. Okay, so this is the launch of it, and then we will continue with the day 2, where you will have working sessions and you will have ideation of design alternatives. And during the lunchtime, this is very interesting for you. That's what we believe. It's the learning and lunch session. That's what we call. You will have an AI expert who will be providing you some hours to teach you what AI capabilities can provide in design thinking process. No matter what your actual background is, whether you're a business and marketing student or an architectural student or a graphic design, does not matter. You will still need to incorporate somehow a technology into your design thinking process. So that's why I think this session will be very fruitful for you, and you will be able to integrate these techniques and tools into your design process. And we will have working sessions, early schematic design, drawings, and algorithm designs where necessary. And then every day you will have 1 hour advisory check-in time. You will be able to connect with some stakeholders, experts, and industrial partners. So please prepare your questions accordingly, and you will be able to connect with them in person or online. And after the advisor check-ins, we will have team leaders actually checking with you again if you have still questions. So this is kind of a general structure where you will be able to see every day. We can go and shortly check the rest. And you will be able to see every day you are actually requested to provide a key deliverable, which are also provided very specifically and very detailed way within your project's section within the handbook. So please check the key deliverables and the design considerations that are relevant to your project team. And please prepare accordingly what is expected on your side to be effective actually at the end of the charrette, because this is kind of a making type of a charrette. So we're not actually looking only for ideas, but we would like to test these ideas and we would like to see how we can provide early prototypes. So This is the structure that we will go every day. That's why pay attention if you see any kind of a key deliverable item within the agenda. Make sure that they are going to be finalized that day. And on the third day, you will be able to start the early prototypes. And luckily, we have the Maker Lab facilities available for you. Even during the weekend, you will be able to use all kinds of materials, printing, laser printers, and lots of facilities will be available for you. So use effectively. Your capabilities will be, I'm sure, at the highest level at this third day. And the fifth day, so the fourth day is about now having the early prototypes, the sketches and everything ready. It's time to make your business plan. And this is very important because when a project comes to a reality, you need to work and speak with the financial instruments. So therefore, you need to come up with an effective business plan and how to implement your idea. Of course, at this stage, we are not expecting a too detailed, very perfect business plan, but still, it's nice to consider the basic elements of a business plan. And we also want to see a video animation and a film or that kind of a short video that will show all the idea behind your design, very shortly to be explained as if, you know, you have a child. You have like a 6 years old child in front of you so that he or she can understand what the design is. So short animations are very important, as Blair also mentioned. You know, sometimes people do really not read the materials or do not want to listen what you're speaking of, but they really pay attention to the visualized output. So video actually is very a good instrument that we believe you can create in order to express your ideas. And again, advisor check-ins and end-of-day check-in we will have. And this is the final day where we will see your early prototypes with all your presentations. And during the half day, you will be able to wrap up your all outputs. And afternoon, each team will be allocated for 20 minutes of presentation time. So use this time very effectively. And again, we will be here. So depending on the outputs, we can maybe allocate this space to show the early prototypes of the design that you will have. And we'll see how it will go for sure, but this is the time where we will see all our projects integrated together. And these are the floor plans. And they will be also assigned, they will be posted, on the walls at each floor, and you will be able to see within the Charrette handbook as well. And let me know if you have any questions with the classrooms and, you know, any technical issues. If you have, please let me know. And we have the third floor as well. And yes, now I think it's time to meet with your colleagues, let's say. And I hope you have an enjoyable and, you know, fruitful event during the whole weekend. Thanks for joining. Oh yeah, these are the teams, by the way. So, just to mention. So I don't know if maybe it's a good idea to check with the teams right now. And I'd like to introduce maybe the co-team leaders, the student team leaders here with me so that you know them. If they are here, maybe Anjum is here, as far as I can see. And I can see Derek. I can see Drew, Soundarya. And who else? Yes, introduce yourselves, please, Yulia. And you can raise your hands. Okay, so if you can stand up so that they can see you. Okay, that's great. So each team member will have a co-team leaders, and they're also students at either at GBC or the IDSP program. So hopefully you will meet together and work effectively. And thanks for all the supporting team, including all the our filming team, especially Andrew and all of the technicians here. Thank you very much.
With the teams right now, there are some team leaders that are in Italy. There are some team leaders that are in Italy, so you won't be able to meet them, but you'll be able to meet the student team leader. So maybe if we go outside of this room, if people can, the team leaders can sort of, gather, who is on their team. It's a great moment to get to know each other, to learn each other's names, to find out where you're from, and to maybe just share with what you want to achieve. Sometimes the teams like to give themselves a name, like a nickname for the team. So in the next 15 minutes or so, please get to know your team members. Start to to share who you are. Meet your team leaders, and really prep yourself for what will be an intensive working experience starting tomorrow morning. And as Aysegul had mentioned, enjoy the evening. Maybe you want to grab a drink together or something. You never know. Like, it's a wonderful moment to get to know each other, okay? So good luck. See you all in the morning. And excited to see what you're going to be producing, okay? And we'll try to, I think people are handing out little packages that have the team names. So if you don't know which team you're on because it's on the screen, just grab from Harsh and the other students, just grab the team thing so that way you know which team to go on to, okay? Because we have hard copies for you.